Good evening, everyone. Once again, welcome back from Biopoint Stream, the world of bio. Today, we are back with an update from the CBSE regarding the syllabus division for the Term 1 and Term 2 wise board examinations, both in class 11th and class 12th. In this session, we are going to check what all chapters that are deleted from the portions and what all topics you have to study for the term one examination that is going to be conducted in the term between November, December and term two between April, May. So we have to discuss in detail about each and every syllabus that each and every topics that the CBSE has updated with us regarding your examinations in the term one and term two. So let's check in detail about the biology syllabus update regarding the board examinations. This is as per the valuation scheme of CBSE. The term one is divided into term one is divided comprising of three units, that is diversity of living organism, structural organization in plants and animals, cell structure and function. In the very first unit, diversity in living organism, the chapters that you must cover is chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. In structural organization of flowering plants, the chapters that you must cover is chapter 5 and 7. Cell structure and cell function, what you have to cover is chapter 8 and 9. In term 2, you have to cover the chapter 10 from the unit of cell structure and function. Chapter 13, 14 and 15 from plant physiology. Chapter 17, 18, 19, 20 and 21 from human physiology. And that's how a total mark of 70 is contributed to the board examination from the theory part. So let's check in detail what all are the chapters and the syllabus of each chapters in each and every unit that we have discussed right now. The first chapter, as we all know, is the living world, and the living world we have to learn from that chapter is what is living, biodiversity, need for classification, three domains of life, concept of species, taxonomical hierarchy, and binomial nomenclature. Almost the entire chapter is covered. Yes, almost the entire chapter is covered with the topic of living world. Second chapter, that is biological classification. From that, you have to discuss about five kingdom system of classification, salient features of classification of Monera, Protista, fungi into in major groups, lichens, virus, and viroids. So all the essential topics from that chapter is also included from the chapter 2 biological classification. And after that, chapter 3 plant kingdom, salient features and classification of plants into two major groups, algae, that is algae, bryophyta, pteridophyta, and gymnospermy, salient and distinguishing features and a few examples of each category. Yes, the life cycle is just removed from the topic of board examination. The life cycle of different organisms have been removed from the topic of board examination. Whereas all the chapters, whether deleted or included in the topic of board examination, is essential for your NEET preparation. All the chapters, whether that is deleted for your board as well, that is essential for your NEET examination. So the fourth chapter, as we have to discuss, is the animal kingdom and salient features and classification of animals, non-chordates up to phyla level, chordates up to class level, salient features and distinguishing features of a few examples of each category. No live animal or specimen could be displayed. So almost all the important topics of animal kingdom is also included from that chapter. So if you look here, you can see all the four chapters of diversity in living world. Unit 1, diversity in living world, is included for your board examination. I mean, for your school-wise examination in class 11th. Yes. And the second unit, from the second unit, that is structural organization, plants and animals. Chapter 5, morphology of flowering plants. You have to learn about the morphology of inflorescence and flower. Description of one family, that is Solanaceae or Liliaceae, to be dealt with relevant experiments of the practical syllabus. So from the morphology of flowering plants, for your board examination, you can see the entire topics of root, stem, leaf, all those things are just removed from your syllabus. You have to just learn about inflorescence of flower and description of family, that is Solanaceae or Liliaceae. In case of chapter 6, that is anatomy of flowering plants, it's just completely removed from your syllabus. The same way as that of the previous year, anatomy of flowering plants is just removed from your syllabus. And after that, in case of chapter 7, structural organization in animals, you can see only animal tissues is just included in your syllabus. The most important topic for your NEET examination, that is just cockroach, is just removed from your syllabus of board examination. In the previous years, what happened is that both from entrance and board-based point of view, the earthworm, frog, all those things were removed from your syllabus. And right now, what happened is that cockroach is also just removed from your syllabus. Yes, so hope that was fine about the syllabus division in case of structural organization in plants and animals. The next unit is cell, the structure and function. So from that, the chapter 8, cell, the unit of life, cell theory as well as basic unit of life, structure of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, plant and animal cell, cell envelope, cell membrane, cell wall, cell organelles, structure and function, endomembrane system, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosome, vacuole, mitochondria, ribosome, microbodies, cytoskeleton, cilia, flagella, centrioles, ultrastructure and function nucleus. All these are the topics that are included for your board examination in cell, the unit of life. After that comes the chapter 9, biomolecules. From that chapter, what you have to learn is just the chemical constituents of living, biomolecules and structure and function of proteins, and something else is there. So let's check what it's that. Carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids, enzymes, types, properties, and enzyme action. So these are the topics that are just included for you in your board examination of term 1. All of you, hope it is clear till now. What about term 1, class 11, term 1? Yes. So that's about the syllabus division in class 11, term 1. You can see the chapter morphology. Most of the syllabus is just detected for you. And after that, the chapter of anatomy is also just completely removed from your syllabus. So that's about division in term 1. And after that, let's move on with term 2 division. What about term 2 division? In term 2, chapter cell cycle and cell division, the topics included cell cycle, mitosis, meiosis, and their significance. Almost all the topics have been covered there. And after that, we have to move on with the further chapters. This is essential for your board examination. Photosynthesis in higher plants. You can see the first 2 chapters of plant physiology, that is transport in plants and mineral nutrition, are just completely removed from your board-wise syllabus of CBSE. So photosynthesis as a means of autotrophic nutrition, site of photosynthesis, pigments involved in photosynthesis, an elementary idea, photochemical and biosynthetic phases of photosynthesis, cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, chemi-osmotic hypothesis, photorespiration, C3 and C4 pathways, factors affecting photosynthesis. These are the topics that are included from the chapter photosynthesis in higher plants. And after that comes the chapter 14, respiration in plants. In that case, you have to learn exchange of gases, cellular respiration, glycolysis, fermentation, TCA cycle, and electron transport system, that is aerobic, energy relations, number of ATP molecules generated, amphibolic pathways, and respiratory caution. Almost all the chapters you have to cover from the chapter respiration in plants. And after that comes the chapter 15, plant growth and development. From that, just you have to learn about the growth regulators, auxin, gibberellin, cytokine, ethylene, and abscisic acid. The further topics of growth, differentiation, redifferentiation, dedifferentiation, all those things are just completely removed from your syllabus, whereas seed dormancy is also just removed from your syllabus. And very simple topics of auxin, gibberellin, cytokine, ethylene, abscisic acid, phytohormones are just included in your syllabus. So that's all about syllabus division in case of plant physiology. And here comes human physiology. In case of human physiology, you can see one of the most important chapter, digestion and absorption, is just removed from your syllabus. Digestion and absorption is just simply removed from your syllabus. It was one of the easiest chapter from human physiology. And after that comes breathing and exchange of gases. Chapter number 17 about respiration. Human respiratory system, respiratory organs in animals, just a recall only. Respiratory system in humans, mechanism of breathing and its regulation in humans, exchange of gases, transport of gas and regulation of respiration, respiratory volume, disorders related to respiration, that is asthma, emphysema, and occupational respiratory disorders such as silicosis and etc. All those things are just you have to learn from breathing and exchange of gases. And after that comes chapter 18, body fluids and circulation. Yes, from body fluids and circulation, what you have to cover is composition of blood, blood groups, coagulation of blood, composition of lymph and its function, human circulatory system, structure of human heart and blood vessels, cardiac cycle, cardiac output, ECG, double circulation, regulation of cardiac activity, and disorders of circulatory systems such as hypertension, CAD, coronary artery disease, angina pectoris, or heart failure. These are the topics that you have to cover from the chapter body fluids and circulation. And after that comes the excretory products and elimination. From the chapter 19, excretory products and elimination, what things you have to learn is modes of excretion, that is ammonochelism, ureochelism, uricochelism, human excretory system, structure and function, urine formation, osmoregulation, regulation of kidney function, renin, angiotensin, atrial natriuretic factor, ADH, diabetes insipidus, and role of other organs in excretion, disorders such as uremia, renal failure, renal calculi, nephritis, dialysis, artificial kidney and kidney transplantation. These are the topics that you have to cover from excretory products and elimination. And after that comes chapter 20, locomotion and movement, from which you have to learn skeletal muscle, contractile proteins, and muscle contraction. These are the topics that you have to cover from locomotion and movement. So after that comes neural control and coordination, and the last part related to human physiology. Yes, neuron and nervous system in humans, central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, visual nervous system, generation and contection of nerve impulse. All these are the topics that you have to cover from neural control and coordination. And after that comes chemical coordination and integration. From that chapter, what you have to cover is endocrine glands and hormones, human endocrine system, hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, pancreas, gonads, mechanism of hormone action. There is just an elementary idea. Role of hormones as messengers and regulators, hypo and hyperactivity and related disorders, dwarfism, acromegaly, cretinism, goiter, exophthalmic goiter, diabetes, Addison's disease. Now, diseases related to all human physiological systems to be taught in brief. That's about the guidelines related to the syllabus division in class 11. Term 1 and term 2 syllabus division we have just completed. So if we are taking an overall analysis of syllabus division of class 11, what we can observe is that chapters that are just deducted or removed, completely removed, is anatomy in flowering plants, digestion and absorption, transport in plants, mineral nutrition. 4 chapters are just completely removed from your syllabus, and there are topic-wise reduction from further chapters. That's about the syllabus-wise analysis in case of class 11. So let's move on with class 12 syllabus-wise analysis, term-wise analysis. So let's discuss in detail what all are the topics that are included for you or waiting for you in case of term 1 class 12 examination, board examination. In the first unit of reproduction, chapter 2, 3, and 4, genetics and evolution, chapter 5 and 6. Only these 5 chapters are included in your term 1 biology examination. In term 2 biology examination, you can see from the unit biology in human welfare, chapter 8 and 10, biotechnology and its application, chapter 11 and 12, ecology and environment, chapter 13 and 15. All further chapters are just completely removed off from your syllabus of class 12. Yes, this is how a 70-mark theory is contributed from term 1 and term 2 after the overall analysis of your performance in the board examination. So let's discuss in detail about the topics. So the very first chapter of reproduction in organism is just removed from your syllabus, the most simple chapter. That is just completely removed off from your syllabus. And after that comes the chapter number 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In that chapter, flower structure, development of male and female gametophyte, pollination, types, agencies and examples, outbreeding devices, pollen pistil interaction, double fertilization, post-fertilization events, development of endosperm and embryo, development of seed and formation of fruit, special modes such as apomixis, parthenocarpy, polyembryony, significance of seed dispersal and fruit formation. Most all the topics are just covered in the second chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. And after that comes chapter number 3, human reproduction. So let's check what topics are just included in human reproduction. In case of human reproduction, male and female reproductive systems, microscopic anatomy of testis and ovary, gametogenesis, that is both spermatogenesis and oogenesis, menstrual cycle, fertilization, embryo development up to blastocyst formation, implantation, pregnancy and placenta formation, that is just an elementary idea, parturition and elementary idea, lactation and elementary idea. These are the topics that you have to cover from human reproduction. And after that comes yet another simple chapter, reproductive health, for your term 1 examination. Need for reproductive health and prevention of sexually transmitted diseases or venereal diseases, birth control needs and methods, contraception and medical termination of pregnancy, amniocentesis, infertility and art, that is assisted reproductive technologies, IVF, ZIFT, GIFT, elementary idea for just general awareness. That's what included from reproductive health for your term 1 board examination. And after that comes unit 7, genetics and evolution. So what else you have to learn from genetics and evolution? Almost all the important topics you have to cover from principles of inheritance and variation as well as molecular base of inheritance. So from chapter 5, principles of inheritance and variation, what you have to cover is Mendelian inheritance, deviation from Mendelism, incomplete dominance, codominance, multiple alleles, inheritance of blood groups, pleiotropy, elementary idea of polygenic inheritance, chromosome theory of inheritance, chromosomes and genes, sex determination in human being, birds and honeybee, linkage and crossing over, sex-linked inheritance, hemophilia, color blindness, Mendelian disorders in humans, thalassemia, chromosomal disorders in humans, Down syndrome, Turner's and Klinefelter syndrome. That's about the chapter 5, principles of inheritance and variation, one of the most difficult and important chapter. In chapter 6, molecular base of inheritance, search for genetic material and DNA as genetic material, structure of DNA and RNA, DNA packaging, DNA replication, central dogma, transcription, genetic code, translation, gene expression and regulation, Lacopron, genome, human and rice genome project, DNA fingerprinting. These are the topics that you have to cover for your term 1 syllabus from all the units, that is reproduction organism is just removed, and rest all other 5 chapters are just included for your term 1 examination. And after that comes the term 2 division. In case of term 2 syllabus division, what all things have happened. So let's check that. Human health and diseases. That is the chapter 8. Pathogens, parasites causing human diseases, malaria, dengue, chikungunya, filariasis, scariasis, typhoid, pneumonia, common cold, amoebiasis, ringworm. Only these diseases are those you have to learn from the human diseases part and their control, basic concepts of immunology, vaccines, cancer, HIV and AIDS, adolescents, drug and alcohol abuse. Almost the important topics of human health and disease are covered. And after that comes microbes in human welfare, chapter number 10. Another simple chapter, a theory chapter. Yes, microbes in food processing, industrialization and industrial production, sewage treatment, energy generation, and microbes is biocontrol agents and biofertilizers, antibiotics production and judicious use. That's about chapter number 10, microbes in human welfare. Yes. And after comes chapter number 11, biotechnology, principles and processes. From biotechnology principles and process, the only topic that you have to learn is genetic engineering, recombinant DNA technology. That is itself is a very small chapter. Yes. And after that comes chapter 12, biotechnology and its application. Application of biotechnology in health and agriculture, human insulin and vaccine production, stem cell technology, gene therapy, genetically modified organism, BT crops, transgenic animals, biosafety issues, biopiracy and patents. And from the unit of ecology and environment, you have to study chapter number 13, organism and population, organisms and their environment, habitat and life, population and ecological adaptations, population interactions, mutualism, competition, predation, parasitism, population attributes, growth, birth rate, death rate, and age distribution. And after that comes the biodiversity and conservation, that is concept, patterns, and importance, laws of biodiversity conservation, personal hotspots, endangered organisms, extension, red data book, sacred groves, biosphere reserves, national park, wildlife sanctuaries, and Ramsar sites. All these are the topics that you have to cover for your term 2 board examination. So now let's discuss what all chapters are deleted from your class 12 board examination. Let's discuss that right now. So from your board examination of class 12, chapters that are just removed is the one is reproduction in organism, and after that comes evolution. From genetics part, evolution is completely removed from your syllabus, and after that strategies for enhancement in food production is also just removed from your syllabus. Then ecosystem is just removed, environmental issues is also removed. These all chapters, reproduction in organism, evolution, strategies for enhancement in food production, ecosystem, environmental issues. 5 chapters are reducted or removed from your, completely removed from your topic of class 12. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone. Thanks for patient listening. This is all about the term 1 and term 2 wise syllabus update for your CBSE Biology Board examination, both for class 11 and 12. Hope you all are able to follow up with all these topics that are included for your board exams. Thanks for your patient listening. Do hit the like button to your friends and subscribe. Biopoint, stream the world of bio. And it's me signing out from your favorite and my favorite Biopoint. Bye-bye.